Wanted to make a video on just the synchronicities that I've been having with this book, and it started as soon as I was in a bookstore to buy the book. And that's the crazy thing, right? And just to give it some context, right? We are wondering where the fuck my teachers at, my best teachers, my favorite teachers, even my classmates. Well, as I find this book, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the price tag, shit like $30 and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm really tripping. Have I been influenced? Have I been lost in the sauce myself? You know what I'm saying? And these are thoughts that come to people. Like you really don't want to. Nobody want to waste no books. Nobody want to waste no stacks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just had an intuition that this book gonna do me something good, and it can't do me no. I found this book and I said I'm gonna get it. So I'm reading through this motherfucker. I'm reading. I'm saying, okay. Like I'm like this, alright? I'm like this, reading the book. I'm like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. I'm like this. I'm like, as I'm reading that bit like, shit. I look up, like, I see my damn teacher from damn, I see my teacher, you know what I'm saying? I see my teacher from, see, as I look up from the book, I see one of my, as I look up from the book, I see one of my teachers that I have really looked up to. As I look up from the book, I see one of my teachers that I have really been motivated by and who have also really opened my mind to different technical aspects of different career fields. And that was the equipment, the microphones, the cameras, this green screen room. I don't use that, but it was very interesting to me. And the ability to communicate, you know what I'm saying, certain things. Because I'm from an environment where communication is tense, you know what I'm saying? So communications kind of really felt like, or if I could get this down, then actually making something positive happen would be a lot easier. So that was the importance of when I looked up from the book and I seen my teacher, and I'm deciding to buy the book or not. And what I seen was, as I was reading this, you know, I'm thinking if I was gonna buy this, I seen things of synchronicities and things of mentioning things like that happening. As soon as I looked up, that's what, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that was a coincidence. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. I got one teacher, right? That's one of them. And I said I don't really have too many favorite teachers, but I said, okay, it would be cool if I was to see another teacher too. Now that I would know it means to be real. Cause that guy, he the one who got me into reading books for real and being interested into classics and things of like that. Because he really seen he provided me a book that really helped me throughout life and fighting depression and outlasting the oppression and the corruption of minds and mentalities and the crashing out. Like, he gave me a book called Napoleon Hill, Outwitting, you know, the devil. And that book gave me a really, not, I think it's a recreation of almost the, you know what I'm saying? But it was saying some real things, and it make your mind think, and when your mind think, that's always good, and to ask yourself to look into things and to see a different perspectives. And you know, first week, because I've been reading this book for about 2 weeks. This the first week, right? Couple days go by, I do go on this thing, the book suggests artist date. You go out there, you go out by yourself, you go out, look around, be inspired, look at different colors, drive around, let your mind be inspired, let your mind flow. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But I always go to like grocery stores though. I love going to grocery stores. and I go to the same grocery store a lot. And this, I might actually go to three, four grocery stores. I like the window shopping grocery stores for some reason because I think they real. I think, you can have a whole bunch of stores, but I ain't talking about nothing. But at the end of the day, you gotta feed the people. You gotta feed the community, right? And I like even going onto some aisles and just reading the damn card sometimes. That shit be very, very goddamn. It sometimes I like going on the aisle and reading cards. It's very heart touching, you know what I'm saying? Type shit. But as I said, I go to this grocery store all the time. As soon as I park, I run, you know what I'm saying? I always try to park close to the door. I always try to park close to the door. So as I pull up, and I just pick a random parking spot, that be available. The person right across me, as I look up, my nigga, I'm like, I'm putting my shit in park. Is the teacher. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And it's like he was rushing though. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen my teacher, right? And I had seen when I picked up this book, I seen my first favorite teacher. You know what I'm saying? And it said synchronicities what happened. And this teacher isn't just a random teacher. This teacher has put me on the path of trying to embrace my own creativity. And I gotta had the ability the chance, the opportunity to talk to her and thank her for the path that she put me on. And I think that was a synchronicity. And I'm like, a couple days ago, I seen my second favorite teacher. That I said if I seen him, it would have been, oh, okay, this shit a bigger picture. And it just be hard to explain sometimes because I don't like sounding. But it's some things you just gotta accept what it is, what it is. The more you try and say you call yourself crazy, the more you gonna make yourself crazy. And I'm sitting here observing and literally, damn, I'm trying to be rational. I try to be rational, but yet I see right here in front of me, and that is even the most crazy part. This is all light, okay? So I'm like, he kind of rushing, and I'm kind of, when somebody already in the car, you don't want to get out and like try to, they already look like they leaving, and I'm like, dang, I wish I could say something to this dude, this very dude who got me into books and basically even thinking, right? Thinking I've been reading, but that really put a fuel into okay, books are super cool, and they just not fantasy books. They ain't just Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan and shit like that. Like these people, Napoleon, these people like the Sea Wolf, like some classics, the Animal Farm, 1984. You know what I'm saying? That's those the kind of books I was actually looking forward to going to school, kind of like picking my brain. But going back to the parking lot, dude left. I was like, dang. I really wish I had a chance to at least just thank the dude. You know what I'm saying? At least I would have had a chance to thank him. Because I'm really back. You know what I'm saying? I got this book, all this paths. Yeah, the importance of me like seeing these teachers are the paths. They influence and put me on a path that I want to be on. Out of all the teachers that I met, these two teachers have put me on a path where I want that's like, okay, I can embrace my curiosity of literature, music, lyrics, videos, and shit like that. And there ain't nothing like crazy about that. People do this all the time. The world is shaped by art if it's not by money. Money is even, you know what I'm saying, mainly on what art is, what's influential, or what, you know what I'm saying, what something meant to somebody, and that creates things. So I guess I got a curiosity about, well, not even a curiosity, but I'm trying to embrace myself. You know, it's the second week of the artist way, and I was out yesterday at that same grocery store, and I wasn't expecting nothing. This was just another day. You know, I was expecting to make my casual walk through the store, go through the deli section, smell the bread, smell the cakes and shit. See, they got some of that, you know, them popcorn, that popcorn, you know what I'm saying? That honey with that bit. Nah, that should be decent for real. And then they got that damn, you know what I'm saying? But this is the same grocery store. I could just say this name Publix. That's why I ain't buying none. You know what I'm saying? I ain't buying none out of Publix. This Georgia, not Florida. Now, when in Florida, I'll go buy some out of Publix. Because Publix is the store on every corner, damn near. But in Georgia, Publix is the expensive store that's not for the majority. So I usually just go in here and just to say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Scroll through and not buy nothing. Because fuck, you know, I have to buy anything, you know, for. Alright, as I go outside, I'm like, I might as well sit on a bench too. Because if a public place has a bench, why don't I sit down outside? Or why don't I sit down outside sometimes? Y'all ever thought of that? Like, they have swings, they got benches, they got chairs, but yet you you could be perceived as like, what's going on? But I think that's just kind of maybe an anxious thing, being honest. So I sat out there for a bit because on Outwitting the Devil, he said that's a book on explaining how to stand on anxiety and how to push through. And as I'm sitting out there, I was actually recording this same video about my first how I met my first, you know what I'm saying, teacher, right? About like I was recording a video about how I looked up when I was recording the video when I sat down on a bench out in Publix. I was recording the video for when I had looked up and I seen my first teacher. I wanted to remember that, so I wanted to make it a video, make it a story. And then saying that I also seen my second teacher, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days ago at that grocery store. As I'm making the video, a car pulls up right beside me. And I'm like, who is this, man? Bro, why would somebody pull up right beside me? And I'm not that seeable though. You know what I'm saying? I can see if I was super like obvious, but I'm kind of in the cut, like right there in the bench. But the sidewalk and the room that somebody could park by the sidewalk isn't that too great of a distance. You feel me? But this car stopped right there, and a dude gets out. I'm still trying to lock in. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to get distracted. I'm making my video saying I met my first and my second teacher. You know what I'm saying? My favorite teachers. Reading the book. I see him go to the ATM right in front of me type shit. And you know when somebody at the ATM, you don't really want to look at him because you don't want you to think, you know, that you about to rob him or, you know, some damn Peter Parker shit. It's, you know what I'm saying? I look up though, and I could, and I'm like, dang, ain't this crazy? A lot of teachers don't really care about their students' individual growth or and I say that because I feel like he gave me that book because he recognized kind of going through it in 10th, 11th grade. So that's the importance of it all. You know what I'm saying? I hate how hard it is to communicate it and how you can be excited about a story and it just be kind of like, but no, this is very important to me. And that gave me a lot of motivation to see two of my favorite teachers to put me on it to help me embrace this while I'm trying to embrace it by picking up this. I see them in these situations, right? And I'm able to talk to them and interact with them and thank them to their face. That makes me feel good. I was able to thank them. I think that's the best part about it, bro. Like I was just, isn't it wasn't about, and that mean a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I think at the end of the day, it's all about being authentic and paying respect to the ones who help us. And I'm discovering that a lot of like educational wise, there's ways of the education that just ain't right. You know, there's too many teachers who have pushed for more than what's available to their students, you know. And I think that means a lot to be an educator. I think that's what it takes to educate people. I think that's what it takes to move people. And this is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not on no script. Like I do have to, you know, I'm speaking from my heart. It's been a minute since I graduated from school, so me having real experience and me really, and then even a whole lot more positive things been happening. You know, things been going for me. So synchronicities, bro. I think that was just